Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Yamato. And we are back with Xatu and Let Him Peek. And we're going to have a good time here. Xatu's in the battleship to my left, Peek is in the gearing to my right front, and we are in Yamato Golden Week camo for those of you who always ask. Golden Week camo is available during Golden Week. If you don't know what that is, please look it up on Google. And yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, so been a little bit since we've been in Yami, so I figure we might as well close out the week with a good old-fashioned Yami replay. It's gonna be a pretty fun little match in the Yami, actually. Y'all know me, I'm pretty aggressive, so we're gonna get up in here. We're on Atlantic, which is not an ideal map. You guys know I'm not a big fan of this map. It tends to result in a bunch of camping. However, it can result in some pretty nasty crossfires as well. So we're going to see if we can't create a couple of those and see how they turn out for us. Now, this comes on a night where Peek and I played for quite a while. Xatu joined us after, God, what's his friend's name? Peek's friend. I forget what the other guy's name was. Anyway, Xatu joined us after the other guy left. So this was a continuation of some of the games that I got during that little play day. And you can see I'm being pretty, you know, considerate, I guess would be the best word. Not timid. I'm still full speed ahead. I'm going towards the left side here. But I'm not apprehensive, maybe? No, that would be scared. I'm not scared. But as you guys can probably tell, it's not going to be a particularly long match. This is going to be a domination, like legitimately. So, Mino's first thing to get spotted, I'm like, oh my god, please come out, Mino. I would love to say hello. Come on, you can do it. I have faith, and we're detected. Grab! Unfortunate. Now, there is a destroyer in the middle, and there's a destroyer out in front. Peek is going to have to decide which one he wants to try to engage. With that being said, Musashi is now pushing towards us. We're going to go ahead and take that shot. And of course, as soon as I take the shot at the Musashi, the Kleber gets spotted. So we don't get a chance to shoot the Kleber. It looks like there's going to be two Musashi out here. Kleber has gone full, I'm going to ruin things mode. He's charging our Shima down, but Shima also has the help of a gearing. Between the two of them, they should have no trouble getting rid of this Kleber. Also, Peek is starting to shoot at him, and I'm shooting at him. So, this guy is pretty much screwed. And we managed to get two overpins on him, and that's going to leave him easy kill for everybody else. You gotta choose your battles a little more wisely as a destroyer player. And Owie! Owie! And speaking of which, Owie... No good deed goes unpunished, guys. How many times I gotta say it? I try to get my guns on the Kleber, I go a little too broadside, and Musashi immediately takes a third of my health. Not ideal. But we're gonna see if we can't reach out and touch him. Get a little bit of that back, you know. And I think we get the better end of that deal as we double Citadel him. So yeah, you know, it's one of those temper moments. The only thing would have made it better is if we would have dev struck him. That would have been glorious. But it's alright. It's alright. He's going to end up turning here, so we're anticipating the turn. We go ahead, we fire over the rock to the right, and oh my god, that is absolutely railguns. And... How have we not Citadel that? Come on. Dang it. Now, we get smacked from both of the Musashis there. And you can see kind of where this is already heading. The enemy really wants me dead. It's almost like they know that I'm in a Yami, and Yamis are high priority targets if you can get them. But Musashi lives for now. We got a Gross Occur first on the right side of the map. We got a Mino out in front of us. And there's a Shima. Shima appears to be slowing down. We're going to take that shot over the island because you never know. And we don't hit anything, unfortunately. But you can see Xatu damage cons. He had a triple fire going there. We got Gross Occur first on the right side. Gearing in Peek in the gearing is right here. Musashi comes around the corner, catches me. I got very lucky that he aimed that at my belt. And then, of course, he lives that one. I'm like, okay, well, he's definitely dead here, right? Right? No, he survives again. And at this point, I'm about to lose my freaking mind. How do you get away with it? I double citadel him the first time I hit him, and then I don't citadel him on the second salvo. I don't manage to finish him with the third salvo or the fourth salvo, even though he had no hit points. Really unfortunate. But it's okay. We got the gross curve first, long range, out in the distance, citadel territory. We take that shot on him. We don't get a citadel, which is fine. We do get a two full penetrations on him though. And here we're starting to slow down, use the island as best we can. We got a Conqueror out here, we got the Musashi out here, we got the Mino out here. We want to limit who can shoot us. Mino has decided to choose death. He is now over-angling, coming back. He did drop torpedoes. We managed to dodge those, big surprise. But unfortunately, he didn't turn back as much as I thought he would, and he manages to avoid those shells initially. Unfortunate, but it's going to happen from time to time. Now, here's the point where I'm like, okay, we got a potential shot at this this Musashi, who's broadside. Zatu takes a good shot at him, gets one citadel, I believe. We're going to back up, try to go through this little crevice in the island, but that's when the Mino decides to reintroduce himself to the situation. And far be it for me to deny this Mino what is coming to him. You cannot do this. You're 11 kilometers away from two battleships who are fully capable of removing you at any moment. And so he goes bow in, and he avoids it once again. You gotta love it. Sometimes you just get lucky. Now, he did stop there, and that was to be expected. We see the torpedoes coming. We knew they were on their way. So we get bow in. We're gonna avoid that. Unfortunately, we do manage to lose our Conqueror. Was that Sniper Pro? Am I wrong there? Either way, I thought it was Zatu in the match with us, but either way, our battleship buddy goes down. But we immediately repay the favor by taking out the Mino. Now, we still have this Conqueror out here. We still have the Musashi out here. Musashi has taken quite a bit of damage. Conqueror is still very, very healthy. And we are on damage con for the next minute and a half. So we got to take it easy. Shima's right here as well. Conqueror looks to be thinking about taking a torpedo here, but manages to get away with it. But he's sitting broadside to where he knows a Yami is. And that's not a good time. As we single citadel him. Should have been more than one. But then he immediately eats gearing torpedoes, which you'd love to see. Or maybe those weren't gearing torpedoes, I don't know. I thought they were gearing torpedoes. But he takes a couple of torpedoes. He's just sitting out there begging for it. This guy is not long for this world. He's been absolutely punished at this point. And yeah, we're not going to play around with him. But in the finishing salvo, of course, he gets the double fire. Because that's the way this game works, right, guys? If you've ever done it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, if you're firing AP at a broadside target, if you are about to die, it's almost a guaranteed citadel. Just like if you fire HE at a target as you're dying, it's like a guaranteed double fire. Fortunately, we do have Peak nearby who's going to be able to potentially will to rebuild us. We do put out the fire, and we get a nice good hit right there, giving us our high caliber. Musashi goes down to Peak's gunfire. And we did manage to get a good salvo out against Yami and Gross first over here, so we're going to try to push out and try to help that out. I don't want to go around the outside here because I know that there's Shimas here, and that's not a good time for me. Also, I want to get as close to Peak as possible because that's going to give me my will to rebuild, which we all know is incredibly broken. So, once we get that, we're going to be able to get our HP back up to about 18,000 damage, which is huge, and it's going to continue to keep going. Now, as we get around the island, you can see I'm fairly confident I can aim this, so we do. And we've got the Kurfürst out there just absolutely begging for it. And we're going to be able to use the island to protect ourselves for the most part. We get 7k off of the Kurfürst. Yami gets a good chunk out on us here, but again, we have will to rebuild going, so it's not the end of the world. He doesn't get a citadel. We're going to be very difficult to get rid of at this point. Now here, Yami's turning away, but GK is still way over angled. So rather than try to go for Yami, we go for GK, who has much better armor than Yami, so if we can finish him, that would be huge. And he's also the one that's not as likely to be running will to rebuild. So now that we get rid of him, we take away the one thing that could potentially give him a will to rebuild. But that's when the torps get spotted. And unfortunately, one of these torpedoes manages to just sneak past the island. And that's going to be the end of it, because Shima on not my torpedo belt, that's going to be just death. Full roll of 23,000 damage. And there goes any hope of having will to rebuild. But it doesn't matter, because Yami immediately goes down. And now it's Gearing versus Shima. While Shima could easily outgun the Gearing right now because he has more hit points, I'll take Peak in this fight. Gearing is nasty. And even with only 4,000 hit points, his DPM is going to absolutely ruin this Shima. Now you can see he is still shooting into the smoke screen. I'm not seeing any hits here, so I'm not sure exactly what his plan is, but it's just a matter of time. Shima already used his torpedoes, so he's got basically no threat at this point. And that's when he comes out of his smoke screen, he gets himself detected, and he's not long for this world. You got a destroyer to the left, which is a Shima. We got, I think it's a Shima. But, yeah, we got a destroyer on the left of him. We got Peak here is going to get the kill in the Gearing. And that's going to end that game. Pretty quick little game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's not a lot, but 184,000 damage game and a pretty solid result. With Peak coming in second. Sniper Pro was the conqueror next to me. Zatu was just in the party. So let me know what you guys think. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.